welcome back to my channel. I'm Amy Kelly. I'm a life reset and identity coach, and I help women really navigate some big life shifts from, going through a divorce, starting again, to really stepping into their power, whether it is starting that business, whether it is creating a life for themselves that's beyond something that they're doing right now. I really focus on the energetics piece, the part of it of self-regulation, and that identity that sometimes is missing or is being lost over the journey, and how to really reclaim your power. It's so important as women, we listen intuitively to ourselves. Often we look outside for all of the answers. Hey, what do you think? Or the career, or whatever it is, without actually looking inwards. Actually spending time on like who you are, what you want from your life, and where are you actually going. Today is a very special day, and it's more powerful than you think. And that's why I felt a call to pull on here to share about this. So today is the 26th of June, 2026. 26, 6, 26. In astrology, this is a big day. We're breaking karmic cycles, and we're stepping into this version of ourselves that we're really ready to let go of that identity and step into the new one. So this is very significant. And I was just adding up the numbers. And then when you get to that, it's 24. And then from there, it reduces to 6, which 6 in numerology is a day for love, harmony, nurturing, and home. This is very powerful. And I don't want you to ignore this day, because, I've just been writing about something online, and I was doing a bit of research, and one of the books that I read, I can't remember the name of the book, but they said in there that some of the most powerful leaders use astrology to be guided in business. And I was like, oh, I use it in my day-to-day life. Like, what is it? What are the stars saying? Should I be pushing? Should I not? I'm a Virgo, my life path number 1, and I am a manager, a 5-1. So I really use all of my inner abilities to really step into when I should go and when I should pull back. Now, most people don't even look at astrology. They're like, oh, let's have a read of the star sign, let's move on. Actually use it as part of your everyday routine. If you have a business or not, what is it saying out there? Whether you believe it or not, it can be very, very useful. It has been to me, and I can definitely talk from experience here. I was looking at it recently, I've been going through some different things, and then I looked at astrology, and it's like, oh, that's why that aligns with that. And that's maybe why I should kind of pull back on this and maybe go for that. Just this week alone, mine is about community and partnerships. I'll let you into a little insight. I've built a circle, which is a community of women. 20 women in 2 days have signed up. That for me says like, okay, well, that is exactly where I'm supposed to be. And then another thing is I'm actually meeting a friend this afternoon who I met here in Marbella. We're going to go and talk about doing an event here in person for women and female founders. That's not by accident. Today for me is all about communication, community, and moving forward. And it says a lot about what's happening. So what does it really mean for you right now? We're still in the summer solstice. So we're in this season right now of, well, especially, here was the longest day of the year. So, the days are now going to get a little bit shorter. And I'm just reading because I'm not hugely like into every piece of astrology, but Venus is trine in Saturn. What that means practically is one of the best days of the month of making decisions that really last, for having conversations that matter, for putting something solid in place. It's loyal, it's precise. So this is the perfect time to be meditating, to be dreaming, to taking action and looking at what that future can really look like for you. So I'm very excited, even tomorrow, like really like around this time of our lives right now. If you want a better life, you want something different, why not look at astrology? Why not use this portal, whether you believe it or not, to create something, to move forward, lean into it. If you believe in something, it's going to happen. I'm going back to the books that I was reading. They said that, I think it was Walt Disney, he would often look at astrology and see when it was time to really release something or it wasn't. And then the other one was, who was it now? JP Morgan, one of the smartest, wealthiest people in history, consulted a personal astrologist regularly. And Ronald Reagan, when he was the White House, he had a White House astrologist too. So do they know something we don't? Why do they use it? Is there something that's really to be listened to here? Majority of people don't look at this. That's why I'm shining a bit of a light on it. I've not studied astrology personally. What I do know is things that I just study for myself, and it works, So here are some things you can do to take advantage of today. So number one, I've just done this. Write a letter to your future self. 1 year from today, 26th of June, 2027. Where are you? Write as if it's already happened. Like, thank you so much, Amy, for never giving up. I always tell myself that. There's so many times I want to do nothing, but I don't. I always keep going and I keep focused on where I'm going. So I always say thank you for never giving up. I always write about, the relationship that's arrived, the business that's thriving, the country that I'm choosing to live in. Everything is settled. I have my apartment or my house that's, mine. I really lean into the identity piece. I'm not holding back. I'm a life path one. Some of the biggest leaders in the world are life path one. I actually think Walt Disney might be a life path one. I need to check. But have a look at that. What is your life path number? Let it lead you on today. Is a very powerful day. Number two, write 3 words for how you want to feel by December. So technically we're halfway through the year. We're going into, we're in June, so 6 months to go. And I want you to really start thinking about how you want to feel. Do you want to feel calm? Do you want to feel settled? Do you want to feel successful? Do you want to feel grounded? Let these words really be a marker for the next 6 months ahead. I know I talk about this all the time, but I set a word for the year, or a little bit of 2 words, but a theory almost. Like, I decided this year, 2026, is going to be a year of quantum leaping. Leaping journeys, time zones. I'm not thinking leap time zones. I meant leaping into that version of me. That doesn't mean that I have to wait a year or you can only do that when. No, I've literally just spoke at a stage in front of a lot of people for my first ever experience. That's quantum leaping to me. Most people start in a coffee shop or like a small place. I got on this huge stage and spoke to people. So don't be afraid to hold back. Step forward. Be the quantum leap. Do it. Say yes to more things. A reminder about all of this of what I'm saying. My whole mission in life is to remind people that we have one life. I don't know what's next, neither do you. It's very easy that people get stuck in these day-to-day lives and be like, yeah, well, next week I'll do that thing. And well, tomorrow, how do you know tomorrow's going to exist? You're going to be waiting a very long time. I mean, this is a big thing about taking risks and having, that fear mentality of like, should I go, should I not? Go and do the thing. Go to the yoga class, go and find a new friend, get a new relationship. Do not be scared about what that can bring. Will you fail sometimes? Yes, you will. You're going to fail. Everybody fails. But that's okay. You're learning in the process. Okay, that didn't work. Fine. Let's keep going. Am I exactly where I want to be in my life? No. But do I know the vision that I have and I'm working towards it? Yes. Have the vision. Stay with it every day. Stay with the vision. Number 3, do 1 act of receiving today. So we're very good, all of us, at giving our time, our energy to everybody else. What about just being with you? Go for a walk, a meal, enjoy your favorite drink. Soak it all up and say, actually, I deserve to receive today. Maybe you're running a lot on fumes right now. Maybe you're exhausted. Maybe things are heavy. I want you to let the ego mind drift away a minute and be open to receiving all possibilities. There could be an email that comes through, an opportunity, a message that changes your life. Who knows, right? Be open to it. I often say to people, you're one decision away from a different life. a conversation, a person, a relationship. You could be single like me right now. And you never know who's around that corner. Never know. We often put a time frame like, oh, well, in 6 months, I'll meet that person. You could go to a coffee shop today, talk to somebody, meet the love of your life, open to it, and it might just happen, and your life might just do a full 360 in a weekend. Yet people think they have to wait, oh, well, in 1 year's time, we'll get there. What about tomorrow? What about using this energy that's in the astral world, whether you believe it or not, believe that there's something out there that's going to be working for you and in your favor. I'm not here to preach to you, to tell you to believe in astrology. If you're listening to this, it tells me you already believe in there, and actually learn to lean on it for support and guidance. I look at it every single day. Okay, so what's saying? Should I be going? Should I be pushing? Should I build this community? Should I not? Should I launch more on social media? Don't hold back. People say use one social media and home in on that. And I agree. Yeah, I've set myself up where I have lots of different channels, but that's what I enjoy. I like different things for different reasons. I like spreading the joy and enthusiasm about life to different people. And people are sat in different places. So use what works for you. What works for one person might not work for you, and that's okay. Pay attention today. Pay attention to energies. Be superstitious. Be curious. Lean in. What is? Do you hear something? Like when you're sitting in a meditation, do you see that something's coming through? Because what I found in my own personal life is that voice can sometimes be quiet. Amy, have you really thought about this? I wanted to do something the other day. It was like an event. And then I decided not to go, and I sat with it for a minute. I'm like, should I go or should I not? I had no idea. I just wanted to meet new people and connection and everything. So I sat with it. I didn't go, but then I got an invite to something else with some friends from home, and I was like, oh, yes, that's why it didn't work out. There's always something better coming. Always. Even if you can't see it yet. Always something better. And what I've found in my own life, and I coach women through, different seasons of life, I work a lot with energy and the flow of life. Often women come to me very dysregulated, exhausted. I would say like this on a hamster wheel. It's like, we need to slow everything right down. They go, I want to get this. I really want this job. I want to start my own business. I want to be a manifester. Cool. You can have all of them things. First of all, we've got to get quiet enough. We need to slow you right down. Slow. Then we can start working on the identity piece, reclamation of yourself, really stepping into your own energy and power through a number of ways. I've practiced this. I practice what I preach. I don't sit here and say, you should try that sometimes. It might work for you. I know what works. I know what worked for me. I know what changed my life. And I know what's changing other people's lives. And I don't say that lightly. And, I can vouch for this. My friend the other day, they hadn't seen me in 1 year because I don't really go back to the UK, but they hadn't seen me. And, one of the things I sat down there and we were chatting. One of the things they said to me was like, Amy, you have changed so much. You're so calm and so grounded. And we love how you speak. You're so passionate about what you do. And we're so glad that you're happy. Now they know the previous version of me. The one who was in the relationship, the one who was exhausted, the one who was tired, the one who had no idea who she was. They knew her. And now they know this version of me 3 years later and see the difference. How glowing I am. How glowing, I mean, in like my face is kind of glowing. But would I be like that if I wasn't regulated? No. If I wasn't happy? No. This is a choice, but also changes that I've made in my own life. And I know how hard it is. I know how hard it is to change the things in your life, a relationship, a career, to move to the other side of the world, whatever them things are. I did them all. So even if you're looking at one of them, I did all of them at one go, so I know what it takes. And I'm here to guide you through that. If you need somebody, some support and guidance, this is what my coaching is all about. Nervous system is a huge piece. So when you're doing this, you're writing your future letter, you may get upset. You may want to bring some tears out. You may want to calm down. You do not know, and neither do I, what could change in 1 year. I can tell you what's changed in the last 3 years for me. A lot. A lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. A lot has changed. You know, it can be very, very powerful. Use astrology, find a mentor, really start to work on you. That inner power. I talk about it so passionately because I felt like someone took my power. I allowed it to, so that is my own fault. But I think now, like, I'm so grounded in this that nothing and no one will ever take it away from me again. I will never lower my standards, ever. And neither should you. You know, every Sunday I share about this with the Reset Confidential. I set this up so that, you know, people can learn more about this. And I want to share my story and help others on their journey. So if you're watching this today, happy 26th of June, 2026. It's a very powerful place to be. Use it for what you would like to use it for, really stepping into this identity. And remember, if this video found you, it found you for a reason. I believe in synchronicities hugely. I've got so many things I could share with you. I want to share one with you, actually. I'm feeling a call to share it. So a couple of years ago, I went to LA. I was in I was in Laguna Beach. And I went to see house viewing because I'm a huge manifestor. So I look at properties, always leaning into that future reality of me. And I have some powerful numbers. I'm not going to share them because they're personal to me, but I have these numbers. They show up on my phone. They show up like the total bill of like the food was exactly that number. I filled up my car the other day, the exact number. The numbers show up everywhere for me. And for some reason, I was going through my suitcase, I was getting everything out, and I saw for the first time in 2 years the house, the estate agent, because I kept it, because obviously I'm going to keep it until the house comes true, right? And I can say, okay, I got that this time. And I looked at it, and the house number that I had never seen before was exactly my numbers. I was like, is this a sign? Is this a sign? So believe in the synchronicities, believe in the signs in the universe, believe that everything is happening for you, believe that you're in this change, in this season. I believe in you. I know you can do this. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of everything you've gone through. I'm proud that you're here listening to this. I'm proud that you want to make a change in your life. And don't ever, ever, ever stop believing in your dreams. Don't let anybody tell you any different. Everything is possible when you believe it's possible. Step into your future identity. And if you need some guidance or support, I'm here. You can reach out to me at any time. I'm going to put the link below because I do get a lot of messages. So I really want to, I want to support those who really, really need that guidance. And I'm here with you every step of the way.